Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you a process video for the CSI Color Stories Inspiration Scrapbook Challenge group. This is for case file 351 and I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go along. Basically, this is a group that 3 times a month releases a file and in it is a challenge to you. They set the scene with colours and an image. There's a list of evidence to include and then some testimonies, which is to do with the title and the journaling and the inspiration for the page. So if you get a chance to hop on over to their Facebook group, they also have a blog with the challenges on, which is the csichallenege.blogspot.com. They'd be really pleased to see you. So this challenge had very much orange and blue colours in it, and I got hold of some of the legendary papers from Cocoa Vanilla Studio as I thought they would be perfect for this case file. The navy paper you can see is a crepe paper that I've just added in because I wanted some dark papers as well. Now, as you can see, these aren't the legendary titles that I'm just digging out. These are from Happiness because they're navy blue rather than the grey black that is actually in the legendary range, and that's what I love about ranges by Cocoa Vanilla Studio. They're very much you can mix and match a little, and I've just chosen my title, I think, but knowing me I will probably change it again in a moment. One of the evidence that in this challenge was animals, so that's something that inspired me to choose the photographs that I've got of my son's dog. Throughout the last year of lockdown, those photographs have been taken. The dog on the right is from Jen Hadfield, and I'm just about to actually change it for a sticker off this sheet in just a moment. I think that dog looks quite similar to the real thing. So that ribbon you see came in and out there. Trims was one of the things on the list. You don't have to include all the evidence. The idea is it's a challenge. Include as much or as little as you want. But I really find it's a great way to stash bust and has me looking through and looking at my stash in a completely different way and seeing if I can use it. So I'm still desperately trying to get that trim to work along that edge. One of the other evidence was patterns. As you can see, I've got various pattern papers and I will keep bringing some others in as I was trying to get as many patterns in as I could. And I just want to balance the strips on the left with some more smaller strips on the right. So I'm just going to try and echo some of the papers. So I've lifted all that off and I'm going to do some watercolour mixed media on the background. Watercolour was another one of the evidence that was an option to use, and I'm going for it just with it. These are the Artist Loft paints, and I'm just adding some of the orangey colours to this white cardstock. This is a technique that I've used since meeting Vicky Bootin, where you actually put the paint onto acetate and then onto the paper. So once that was dry, I'm just coming back in, I'm distressing the edges of the papers that I'd chosen, and I'm going to stick those together in 2 lots for the left and for the right, and I'm going to take them off camera in just a moment and I will run them through my sewing machine. As stitching was another evidence to be added if we wanted, and I've just run down those a few times with different stitches in different colours. So I'm just placing the large one on the left there, just roughing up the edges again and just trimming down the threads, and I'll stick this one on the right. Sometimes doing a scrapbook challenge is just a really good way to get your brain going in a different way, trying new things. As I say, the Facebook group and the blog are there if you'd like them. Facebook group, really friendly bunch, and some really nice inspiration there as too. Also, there's a Instagram page for you to look at. So I'm just trying to get the placings right, trying to get the photographs in on some foam. I've backed them in the orange just to highlight the orange on the right. It looks like a butter wouldn't melt in his mouth, doesn't he? This is Rafa, our grand pup, but actually is a lot more fun than that. And yes, he's been a godsend during lockdown for us. So that's why I've written thankful for you. So I'm just coming back in with some of the legendary ephemera, just distressing the edges, just to finish off. Some really beautiful die cut stars in this as well, so some of those are definitely going to get clustered around my photographs. It's been a while since I've scrapped with what I would call darker, possibly boy papers. I don't want to label them that really, but I really enjoyed these. Made a real change for me actually, and it's just that little bit of a push to try something new or try something different. So I'm just trying to sit that dog there on the right with the words, and I'm going to add a few more stars. I'm sticking with the blue-orange combo. Just going to go through the stickers for this legendary range by Cocoa Vanilla and see if there's any other little bits and pieces that I can add. So I've punched a few stars now from some extra offcuts, and I'm going to add some really little stars in just a few little places, just as finishing touches. I'm quite pleased with the way it's come together. As I say, I've used the colours from this case file. From the evidence, I've used animals, pattern paper, stitching, watercolour, and I'm about to use word stickers as well. And the testimony was fun, and this pup has certainly brought us a lot of fun in the last year. So I'm just going to add some word stickers on foam to the photographs. There's lots of appropriate phrases on here. In fact, I struggled to choose the ones that I really wanted. I could have used a lot more than I actually did. It's a lovely range, and I can see me dipping into it again very soon. Particularly, I find that once you've cut into something, it's easier to use again. I don't know what it is with scrapbookers trying to keep things whole. I'm just going to have a few more stars. I think once I've got started, I can't stop with the stars. But I'm mindful that I would like to add a little bit of journaling to this too. So here are some images of the finished thing with the journaling on, and then some close-ups as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, give us a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel to see further videos, I'd love that too. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.